Welcome to What is the Bible? At the end of this course, you will be able to answer that question thoroughly, both in speaking and in writing, and you will be able to speak and write to the contents of the Bible at some length. This course does not presume that you come to the Bible with a particular faith tradition, whether that be Judaism, Christianity, or some other such. If you do come from one of those traditions, I do hope that this class will edify you with respect to your own faith tradition. My name is Dr. Elder. That is the title I prefer, and my preferred pronouns are he and him. In this short video, we're going to talk about some of the most important things for your success in this class, beginning with grading. This class uses non-scaled grading. That is to say, your final grade in this class is not determined by different categories that have different percentages attached to them with respect to their worth for your final grade. Rather, there are different categories with different individual grade items in them that are each worth a set amount of points. And you achieve those points and they sort of go into the bank for your final grade in this class. So you'll see in the Moodle gradebook that your grade moves upward from 0 at the beginning of the semester, and your final grade is determined on this 100-point scale. With 95 and more being an A, and so on and so forth on the basis of this table here. So while it is on this 100-point scale, there are well over 100 points in the class. So that is to say, you do not have to do every single grade item in the class. You are more than welcome and encouraged to. But if you do every single grade item in the class, you are going to have over 100 points at the end of the semester. There are 6 different categories of grade. Attendance, every time you come to class, you get half a point towards your final grade. There are a variety of assignments, usually about 2 per week. So 2 for 3 classes per week. So there's not usually an assignment for every single meeting, but most of our meetings. And these assignments are short ways for you to engage the content that I ask you to read. They help you prepare for what we will do in class and make our class together a better and more productive space. There are weekly quizzes that can be taken an unlimited amount of times, and your highest grade, your highest attempt, is the one that counts towards your final grade. So I can encourage you to take the quizzes early and often. I encourage you to even begin each week of class by taking the quiz, even though you won't know a lot of the material. That will help you sort of be on the lookout for that material and be more successful on the quizzes in the long run. The same is true of exams, at least of multiple choice exams. These are taken on your own time on Moodle. They can be taken an unlimited amount of time before the exam closes. There are also in-person exams that are revisable. These are, you will get assessment and feedback on these. You will get a grade on them. And if you want to revise your answers to those handwritten exams, you will be able to do so for more points. We'll have 2 different kinds of presentations. We'll talk about those later on in the semester. And you also get credit for coming to my student or office hours. You can get half a point per week by coming to an office hours or a student hours appointment. These are not required meetings, but many students consider them extra credit and a sort of way to make up points that they might have missed on something else. There are 2 books required for this class. I do ask that you have access to both of these in these editions. The first is the Bible, an Introduction, in the 3rd edition, and the second is the New Oxford Annotated Bible in the 5th edition. Please be aware that there is a New Oxford Annotated Apocrypha that looks a whole lot like the New Oxford Annotated Bible, and it is cheaper on Amazon and through other outlets, but that is not the resource that we're using for this class. We are using the New Oxford Annotated Bible. And even if you have your own personal Bible that you use, I ask that you acquire this Bible as well, because there are special readings that are beyond the Bible. They're not actually a part of the Bible, but information about the Bible that are contained in this Bible, and we will be using for this class. Next thing I want to do here is move us on over to the course Moodle page and make just a handful of comments about what you should see when you go over to the course Moodle page. So if you're watching this video, you have already found yourself on our sort of landing page here. But I want to highlight a couple of important things. In our start here, we have our What is the Bible syllabus. So despite the fact that I'm giving you this video syllabus introduction right now, there is more information in the syllabus that you will be responsible for the first quiz in the class. I also give us a little bit more information about our 2 required texts here. This information is also in the syllabus, and also a rundown of when things are typically due. So assignments are due on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays that we have class. Anytime there's an assignment, I ask that you complete these things by 12 p.m. This is before class happens so that you are prepared for what we are going to do in class. Quizzes close at 11:59 p.m. on Sundays. And then we have our course information, our learning outcomes, and our description here. And then perhaps most importantly, how the course will progress. So you will see as time goes on that the subsequent weeks will open up underneath here. And then within each of these units, within each of these weeks, the material sort of advances sequentially by day. So up at the top, we have our objectives for the week, and then we have the weekly quiz, which I put at the top because I do encourage you to take it before we even begin the materials for the week. And then you will see a section for each day in the class. Yours may look a little bit different like than this, depending on the semester in which you are taking this class. But each day will be divided out between the readings associated with it and any assignment that is associated with it. So the readings always have these collapsed labels. Click on the little arrow to make it come down. And usually we'll just have bullet points here with the information from the required text that you are responsible for, whether that be the textbook for the class or for the Bible. And in the cases where there are outside readings, I will always link them here in the reading. So you do the readings first. That's why they are above the assignments, and then the assignments second. So in this case, we have a syllabus assignment that is actually a syllabus quiz. And then under here, we have our assignment for our first non-syllabus day of class on why to study the Bible and why to study theology, where I'm going to ask for your reflections on these questions on the basis of these 2 readings. So it's going to ask you to engage these readings in a certain way. I will always also provide you the slides for the class in PDF format, but those will not usually be available until after that particular class has ended. All right, hello again. Move on back over to some other important things. So I mentioned our important days and times. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays are our due dates for readings and for assignments. These are not hard and fast deadlines with respect to the assignments. You can still submit things after that 12 p.m. deadline, but it will be marked as late. And then Sundays at 11:59 p.m. is when those weekly quizzes close. So those are hard deadlines. The quizzes will not be available after Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So the highest attempt you have by that time is the one that is going to count towards your final. A couple other different comments of things that are pulled directly from the syllabus. So when you go to read the syllabus, you'll see this wording repeated here. One, I want to stress the importance of attendance, both for your grade and for your learning in the class, and also, I suppose, for sort of the success that we have in the class as a whole. I attempt to put a lot of time and effort into making class worth your while, and class is going to be more worth your while and everyone else's while, fellow students and my while, if you come prepared and you regularly attend class. So regularly attending class and coming prepared to class are not only going to help your success in the course as far as your grade and your learning goes, they're also going to make class a more enjoyable space for all of us. The next thing here is on late work. I've already mentioned that quizzes close. Those are a hard deadline at Sunday at midnight. And the assignments are due on the day of class at 12 p.m. Once again, you can still turn things in late. It will be marked late. Generally, I will still assess it and give you credit for it, but it makes class a lot more successful, a lot more productive. And you're a lot more likely to get timely feedback on your submission if you submit it on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday of class at 12 p.m. Excuse me. And lastly, I very respectfully ask that you not cheat. The most common form of cheating in this class comes in the form of farming out your responses, whether it be on assignments or on exams, to other sources. That might be Google, that might be an AI created resource. Those are good resources for particular settings. But what I am looking for in assignments and exams is for your thoughts and your engagement with the material more than I am the right answer for the material. So the University of Dubuque has a particular academic dishonesty policy and statement. I give you a little bit more of sort of my take on academic dishonesty and cheating right over here. You can find this in the syllabus. But what I leave you with here is that the most common form of cheating is using other people's thoughts and opinions when I am looking for your thoughts and opinions. I am much more interested in your thoughts and opinions, even if they are wrong, than I am with you getting the exact right answer. And so the most common way that students lose points on things like daily assignments is by not giving their own materials, but giving someone else's materials on the question. All right, that all being said, I look forward to meeting you in class if you are watching this before we have had our first meeting, or I look forward to meeting you again if you are watching this after we have already had our first meeting.